Okay, this is part one of why I quit my corporate job. Um, it was my first time being in a corporate setting. I'm very grateful for the experience. It really did teach me a whole bunch of stuff about myself and others. And of course, I learned a couple new skills. Thank you for that. But so I got pregnant. I had some health issues. They took care of it. They were with me the whole way. It was great. I felt supported in that, it was kind of strange, but I felt okay. And then after I had my baby, I had a very severe case of postpartum. And the company that I worked for sent out emails all the time. Hey, we have mental health if you need it, da da da. I reached out, no response, nothing. The supervisors that I was under at the time, I would ask questions. Hey, how do I get this? How do I get that? And nothing. They didn't know. They weren't willing to reach out to HR. They were just like, hey, you need to call HR on your own and figure it out. So I'm just like, okay, I started to feel the burden, going through postpartum and not after the fact, not having the support. And so then I am breastfeeding at the time, just because that's a choice that we can make. Even if you're going through postpartum, it's something that you do for your kids. So I chose that path, and by law where we get accommodations for that. So I was seeking accommodation for that. I had to figure out how to submit an accommodation. My supervisor at the time, I reached out to them asking, how do I go about getting accommodation? How do I do that? Oh, you got to call HR. Okay, how do I reach HR? I have to submit over the phone, or how do just call them and they'll help you? Okay, so I submitted the request to HR, right? All by myself. I had to find the number, everything, do it on my own. So I did it. Now, you're supposed to have access to a lactation room. And I, for the life of me, could not get not one manager that I had been under at the time. I was already going on 2 years there. I had not one manager that I had been under at that point direct me to a right place in order to access the lactation room. So what I was doing is I was going to the meeting room, and I was pumping in the meeting room where all the big execs go, because it's one of the only rooms that we have access to that's not logged. So with the risk of someone coming in and seeing me with my chest exposed, I was there doing it. And during that time, I'm going through postpartum. I'm already like feeling like crap. So I start to get desperate, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't keep taking my shirt off in this meeting room. There's cameras in here that could be turned on at any moment.